JoJo Siwa is once again making herself that silly and random little so-and-so we see on our screens non-stop. Because over the last few months, she's been subject of some interesting talking points. She's even had a literal clarity moment where she's confirmed that everything she's been doing has been fake.
I've been thinking about you for so long. I can't do it anymore.
Yeah, you fooled us all. But she's also been a part of the ignoring celebrities trend, cannibalism, more interesting lyrics, being fiddled with by bears, a new job title, literally disappearing, and a dodgy scrap where she hits this poor bloke in the bollocks. So yeah, nothing out of the ordinary. Because unfortunately, she didn't do a new year, new me, and leave the dodgy rebrand in 2024. You know, she's still that rebellious 21-year-old child who goes on stage and touches herself and then does shoeies like she's Daniel Ricciardo. But she did swap beer for coffee beans in her song called Iced Coffee, and now she's loving the way you grind her bean. Yeah, that's actually a lyric. And no, she's not talking about her very own garbanzo beans, or however the fuck you say it. But I'm not here to talk about that song because, quite frankly, I don't care. Although it did spark a bit of outrage with a fair few people, because some people seem to be drawing parallels with Sabrina Carpenter's Espresso. But instead, we're going to move it up, down, left, right, over to her newest tune, the music video to be precise. She's posted a load of behind the scenes content of her being the main character in her own video. Somebody really needs to remind her that the actors are there to do their job and then go home. But before we watch it, let's see how she decides to sum it up to us.
That is the biggest fuck you, internet.
Yes, it is.
That is like, you want to make shit of me, I'll make shit of myself.
Yeah, that's how to get them on side. Man, I can't wait to be FU'd. But essentially, this whole music video is just a big scrap. They get some sticks and just bosh each other a bit and partake in some truly mental fisticuffs. But before they started rolling the cameras, JoJo decided to drop the most inspirational speech since Gandhi said never back the early kickoff.
Thank you all for being a part of the video. Love you all the crew, everybody that's new here. We got a very, very strict policy. Be kind or be kicked out. Work hard, do your job, and don't be an asshole.
JoJo, nice one. If there's a way to get a group of people motivated, it's definitely to tell them not to be an asshole. But for some reason, she even decided to drop a cringe compilation of herself.
I know it's somebody's first car. 16th birthday, so excited. So true.
Me when I'm trying to make small talk when my car's in the garage. But did you hear the so true?
So true.
If somebody responded to my small talk with so true, I would just leave. Like, that's the most dismissive or I've not actually listened to a word you've said comment that you can get. You just know they want to finish their shift, then go home. But other than humping the camera, she's been committing a deadly assault on her dancers? Yeah, because that wasn't faked, was it? How stupid does JoJo think people are? You can literally see her look at the guy. But if you thought that was cringe, honestly, strap in, because it gets worse.
It's a cool place, and they say it gets colder. You put it up now, wait till you get older. But the video man back to never.
Never thought I'd hear a Marge Simpson all-star cover. But she's doing this because she quite often gets accused of plagiarism. Some of it is pretty fair in my opinion, but I guess it's her persona to act like she doesn't give a shit. But to respond to people saying you stole a song by stealing a song, like the caption literally says, I think I'm gonna call it All-Star. Yeah, great banter, mate. But to be fair, it's better than shouting at a British crowd to try and get them on side.
Write your own song.
But the finished project of everyone not being an asshole and her giving a big FU to the internet.
Fuck you, internet.
Well, it's probably the worst choreographed fight scene that you'll ever see. And some really weird scene where she kind of tried to imitate a pretzel. Then she has some bears come along and start getting all touchy-feely and someone smashes some glass. Yeah, nice one, mate. Someone's got to clean that up. Then somebody attacks her and she kind of turns into a fidget spinner. I'm sure that wasn't the review they were expecting when they paid all that money for a Street Fighter gimmick, but that is genuinely all I see. But what can only be described as how I fight the people in my dreams, they decide that they don't want to fight anymore. They want to fuck. Me when I find those chips in the McDonald's bag. But yeah, what an FU that is, JoJo. I feel so FU'd right now. But no idea why we're doing this now. Please, can we leave the flesh licking in 2024? But after she gets knocked back out and became victim of a lick and run, some Clash of Clans looking healer runs over and gives her some fancy gloves and a jacket. Literally me after 5 minutes on Depop. Then her new mate tells her to stop singing because the enemies have come back. Then she just pushes JoJo into them all. Some mate, that is. Oh, fuck off, man. Why is she so obsessed with her exes? I wonder which one's going to be the dream guest on her podcast.
Dream guest on my podcast?
She then basically goes to dap them up. I don't know if there's like some sort of sexual tension or something. It just kind of looks goofy. But then she commits a truly atrocious sin. But imagine going into work one day and they tell you that JoJo Siwa is about to headbutt you in the bollocks. Imagine that as a conversation. Where do you begin with that? But he gets up after this truly horrific assault and then she just does it again. New cock and ball torture, but you just fucking die. But the sad part about this music video is that it was clearly like a big money production, but it just didn't land, like not even slightly. And I'm not sure if I'm just saying this because it's JoJo, and it's easy just to not like anything JoJo does. I mean, the like to dislike ratio clearly speaks for itself. But speaking of likes on posts, JoJo Siwa has recently been a victim of the social media trend where people are just ignoring celebrities. Essentially, this person put out a TikTok saying, imagine we all just started ignoring celebrities, and with literally just this video, the internet did its thing. It's people like Jack Doherty, the little rat, Kim Kardashian, James Charles, they're all being victims of it. Because JoJo has been posting videos that are getting like millions of views, but only like 14,000 likes. And look, that's a lot of likes. If I was to get 14,000 likes on a video, I'd be buzzing. But for someone like JoJo, that's not a lot at all. And all of the comments and all of these videos are saying things like stick to the plan. Like, this movement is a real thing, and I'm here for it. But whether it's the lack of likes or TikTok potentially going bye-bye, she had a little bit of a cry and then decided to tell us that everything was an act.
Oh, nah, I never knew that.
I'm done. I've been thinking about you for so long. I don't actually like alcohol. You don't drink. My Tito's is water and my Fireball is apple juice and Diet Coke to make it a color match.
We've all been bamboozled. JoJo never drank alcohol. What? Surely not. No way. But to be fair, it makes that shoey even worse. Who's doing a shoey with water? But to be fair, we all love a laugh. We all love a joke. But I think it is kind of cool to see some sort of self-awareness from her. Don't shoot me. I just think it's welcome. To the point where the plan has not really been stuck to here. But if you were to take a look at her TikTok, if you can see that she's got a new bio. CEO of Gaypop. I wonder if she's updated her LinkedIn too. And this was essentially because she went on Billboard News to talk about the launch of the song she did called Karma. You know, that dog whistle that brought on this rebrand. The beginning of the end for JoJo's reputation. But she went on there to say that she wants to create a new genre of music. Wow.
I wanted to start a new genre of music. And they said, what do you mean? And I said, well, it's called gaypop. Songs like Applause by Lady Gaga. It's the On My Own Miley Cyrus.
I mean, the top comment literally says everything here. And a lot of people are starting to get like genuinely annoyed at this approach from JoJo, especially with comments like, I made the art.
I made the art that I wanted to.
Because a lot of people are very annoyed about the influence behind the song Choose Your Fighter, because there is another song which has very similar lyrics.
When you choose another, make sure you do it wiser. When you choose another, make sure you do it wiser.
I mean, they are similar. Very similar, but I don't really know the full extent of this. Like, everywhere you look, you'll get some sort of different response. And JoJo does have a lot of people that just hate her because she's JoJo Siwa. Hello from the editing room. Essentially, whilst editing this, I saw that JoJo actually did a post addressing this. She literally shouted out Emmeline and said this whole time she was one of the writers and even a backing vocalist, which is genuinely kind of cool. So yeah, credit where credit's due. Well in, JoJo. But the last thing I want to talk about today is something that I found, and it's just so dumb. Essentially, there's some sort of theory where if you mention Beyonce's name, she will make you literally disappear. I know, it's crazy, right? But it's a theory called Thank You Beyonce. Celebrities in the past have thanked Beyonce at award ceremonies. Like, there's this video where people think that singers are trembling with fear because of Beyonce. I think you need to lay off the drugs. So JoJo went on the Industry Dance Awards and said this.
I also have to say thank you to Beyonce. Just thought we would be safe. Everybody, Beyonce, you got great music. We all love to dance to it. We all love you. Anyway.
JoJo, have you learned nothing? So yeah, JoJo is now gone forever. But to be fair, people did actually start to get a little bit worried when JoJo literally disappeared for like a full month after saying this, to the point where the last video she did before her random disappearance got like 45 million views, and literally all of the comments are talking about Beyonce. But spoiler, JoJo did not get taken away by Beyonce and her magic powers. She did not end up at the Beyond Lair or Beyonce Island, because she did in fact come back to promote her new song about grinding on beans. But something that I found really funny about all of this, people were commenting things like, JoJo, where have you been? It's been 4 days. JoJo, are you okay? At that point, you are chronically online. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy. Like and subscribe or JoJo will hit you with a stick.
I have shit